Hi there, you join us for another Team Clueless Battle Report. This is the second game in our Cult Uprising, little freeway mini campaign. I am not speaking well today. So this is the table we're using. This is some homemade terrain I built. It's basically a bit of a 3D battlefield that I fancy trying out, and possibly it might be useful if we play Necromunda. So you can see there are lots of kind of like pathways, there's lots of ways up. Obviously some of the slopes you're not going to be able to rest the model on particularly well, but they're just to represent you can go up that kind of area without needing to roll terrain checks and stuff. So you can see there's routes up everywhere, there's pathways in between it all, and over here we have the Crystal of Power, or a better name if I could come up with one, that they are trying to take hold of. So in this battle, if you've watched the first part of the campaign video, you'll have seen two Inquisitors went out into the wilderness and attempted to find evidence of some cults, and they found it being ambushed by two separate cults, one a cult of Khorne and one a Genestealer Cult. You can see that game and you'll see the results of what happened, but this is the second part of the story, whereas the two cults are both converging on this Mechanicus facility to try and gain control of that crystal. So there is an imperial force which we'll be deploying in the centre of the board. They are the defence force for the crystal. Now this isn't supposed to be a particularly fair mission for the Imperials. They cannot win. They have no ways of gaining victory points. They are there basically to be a thorn in the side of the other two players and to protect the crystal and also give victory points to the other players. So what happens is one cult player starts this side of the board. The other cult player will start this end of the board. The ways they can gain victory points are if at the start of one of their turns they control the crystal. So they got there the previous turn, then they start the next turn still in control of it, they gain 3 victory points. For every Imperial unit they kill, how many units you got in your army, Mark?
10.
So Mark has 10 units in his army, so there are 10 victory points on offer there. There's an extra 1 for the player that kills the Imperial Warlord. What's your Warlord, Mark?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump the Inquisitor. You'll see that from the previous game, which I shall put a link to down here, hopefully.
Let's go to the list of our videos.
Okay, so you can get victory points for killing Mark's units, for getting the his warlord. You also gain a victory point if the opposing cult's warlord is destroyed. Doesn't matter who by. If it dies in any way, you gain a victory point. And you can also gain victory points from searching supply caches. So there are, I think there are 12 of these white objective markers scattered throughout the board. Underneath 3 of them, nobody, not even myself, knows which 3. It says objective. Underneath the other 9, it's got a big red X. So during your shooting phase, if you control one of those objectives, you may choose to not shoot and not run, so basically forgo your shooting phase to search the supply caches. You get to flip over the token. If it says objective on it, you score a victory point and gain a bonus for the next game, if you get to play in it. So the way this campaign is working is that whichever of the two cults wins this game gets to take part in the final game versus a big Imperial force. So they are playing off against each other. It is Simon Pedley versus brother Nick Pedley. Yeah. Sibling warfare.
It feels bad if both made big armies up.
I know, and only one of you gets to bring it, and we brought a load of stuff along as well. Yeah. So the player is the first of the two cults who has 10 victory points at the end of a game turn. So there's various points and ways to gain them, so whichever one does better will gain the victory points and will win the mission. Let's go on to armies.
Right then, guys, this is the 1,000 points plus Trump as my little points. So, he's my warlord. He survived the last battle. He's still kicking ass and breaking faces, taking names. So, led by Donald Trump. He's still got his 3 acolytes, and he's brought 3 more. I've got 3 squads of troops. I've got no weapons upgrades in there, so I've got 2 of them with the radium carbines, and I've got the other one with the sniper rifle type stuff. I've got 1 unit of infiltrators, 1 unit of rust stalkers, because they're my favourite units. I have 3 destroyers with grabs and flamers. I have a Honourgood Dune Gauler. He's once again armed with the Icarus Array, the Eradicator Beamer, not the Icarus Array. And then I've got a unit of Castellan robots, because they look like they'll be good in a built-up area. So that is all of my forces. Let's hope I win. But I can't.
Right, here is the Demon Horde for Game 2. The Bloodthirster has come out. Now, I remember the Bloodthirster being used on similar terrain in a campaign Curdy played for a while ago. And there was chips in the paintwork just after it was painted last time.
Oh, what? I blame Jason. He was the one doing it.
There was no chips really, but we'll try not to chip him again today. So we've got the Bloodthirster. We've got 2 units of Bloodletters, both 8 in each. We've got the 5 Possessed, and the Champion is back. He has +1 strength for this game as well, as he survived the last game. We've also got the Soul Grinder with Phlegm. That makes up my Slaughter Cult, so I'm still getting the blood point every turn and get to do all the extra bits. We also then have a Herald of Khorne on a Juggernaut. We have 2 units of Cultists. Both only got 8 in each, but the painted Sergeant guy there does actually have a shotgun. We have 3 Blood Crushers. We 5 Hellhounds, and we also have 3 bikes. The champion in there has got melter bombs, and there's one guy with a melter, and the other guys are normally. And my other reward from the first game is a Evershore Assassin.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So he's got lots of shenanigans. He's pretty
super
good.
killy and sneaky.
Yes. So he was my reward from the first game, which the Evil Cult does not have.
Yeah, they didn't kill their Inquisitor.
I know. I consider myself as being the good cult.
One thing I noted from the rules earlier on, Mark is playing a 1,000-point army. Nick and Sai, the 2 cults, each have a 1,250-point army. But they also have a special, at the start of each of the cults' turns, they get to return one of their previously destroyed units to play, using whatever deployment method it usually has. So the cults can ambush in, Nick can deep strike in. The only caveat to that is they're not allowed to return HQ units to the battlefield. But any of their other stuff, so Nick's Soul Grinders, Sai's Lemon Rust battle tanks, anything like that, they get to return to the battlefield. So there are unending waves of cult, which means the Imperials are going to lose. Well, hopefully Mark's going to lose. If not, then the mission is really food.
So it just means I have to summon in Bloodthirsters then.
Good luck to the cults.
Just one more cult, which Sai's just finishing setting up his, and then we'll go through his army and we can start deployment.
Right, hi there again. This is the Cults, Genestealer Cult army this time. I'm using a few of the formations as well. The first one I've got, if I get the name right, is the Subterranean Uprising formation. There's 2 Acolyte hybrid units. Both of them have a icon in them, and they both have a rock drill and a rock saw. They're led by a Primus. He's just box standard Primus, no upgrades. And there's a unit of hybrid Metamorphs again, and they have the Metamorph Claw to boost their strength. The second formation is this one involving lots of tanks. That's the Nephite Cavalcade. 2 units of Nephite hybrids. Both have to be mounted in a Chimera as they start. Each of those units has a mining laser and a couple of grenade launchers. They're accompanied by 2 Sentinels, just as they are, so they'll have the multi-laser on them. And a Lehman Russ, which has heavy bolt responses. Other than that,
it's got an Eradicator cannon, which ignores cover, big blast, which is pretty good.
Just to add a little bit extra, I've got a Magus again. And they're also accompanied by a Patriarch and 10 Pure Strain Genestealers. So let's see how they go.
Okay, so this is the quick setup video. So we're going down here. Nick has the first turn. He has got his stuff here. You know what all the models are. So Big Bloodthirster, who is Nick's Warlord there. Some cultists there, ready to try and uncover that supply cache. He's got his Soul Grinder and Nurgle Bikers, so they're all Khorne. There, Flesh Hounds, and he's got his squad of Blood Crushers over there. He has infiltrated his Eversaw Assassin. You can just about see him down there. While Sai, on the other hand, has rolled a couple of 6s for his Cult Ambush rule. The Genestealers have managed to get on this second level here. There's loads of little slim pickings. Remember, every unit that they kill that Mark controls, i.e. the Imperial side, is worth a victory point towards the 10 threshold they're both aiming for. So they're well positioned to grab a load of victory points there. Sai has also managed to get a 6 for assaulting turn 1 for this squad of Neophyte hybrids. I'm going to stab in the dark.
Acolyte hybrids.
Acolyte hybrids, I was close. And they're going to go after Mark's Warlord and the big Grav Cannon guys there, I suspect. Sai was not allowed to set up or infiltrate anywhere within 12 inches of this big interference tower and Trump Tower. He doesn't like those people spying on him and stuff like that, so he's interfered with this nice little setup he's got there.
Check his Twitter account.
Mark has set up, he's got his robots guarding the centre. They're probably his strongest unit. Trump himself is there, and he has his other little units scattered around here. There's 3 guardsmen there and 3 guardsmen up here, which are basically 3 victory points. So that is the setup for the day. Nick gets to go first. Wish them luck. Oh yes, seize initiative. If you would like to, Si. No, Si chose you to go second. He can't seize.
Okay.
Yeah. What unit size
Okay, so this is turn 1 for the Cult of Khorne. Nick, what did you do very quickly for your first turn?
I've moved a lot of stuff up, so the Possessed and the Bloodletters run. They got good run movements. The
Nice, they seem nicely up the board.
Got the board. The Bloodthirster jumped over to here. Wanted basically to attempt to make a charge.
Yeah, he was trying to leapfrog, wasn't he?
It was an 11-inch charge, but it's because the Genestealer's around there. I just want to try and get in there, get the point. The Overwatch did two hits on him. I made both saves, but he failed the charge.
Fleshhounds have come underneath here.
Flesh has come out underneath there and taken out the band of
Taken out the
3,
walking victory points.
Yeah,
so Nick is on 1 victory point so far.
Bloodletters have moved up, and and the cultists are there. So we've uncovered 3 of the objectives, all X's. So
unfortunately, I randomly placed down all these little supply caches, so I don't know where they are. They could be completely unfair, so I could have all of them his side of the board. Unfortunately, Nick has uncovered 3 X's. There are 12 on the board. 3 of them are good.
Yeah. Everything is basically moved up. Like blood crushers have moved up.
Just go under there and have a look.
Going around to the bottom level of the main one over there.
You can see in the distance that Eversaw assassin.
Yeah, the Eversaw assassin is the other side of a crate which had another the objective markers. Obviously, not being objective secure, Simon's placed some his models the other side. So I've literally shot them. I managed to kill 3. I got 4 wounds, but I could only see 3 models and actually killed 4.
Yeah, he's pretty lethal in shooting versus normal standard stuff. Okay.
And the Phlegm took out one of Mark's guys from up there, so it's making it easier for the Genestealers, but we shall see for the Bloodthirster to jump up around here at some time next time.
If he survives.
I don't think making it easier for Genestealer works.
We shall now see what the Genestealers do. Okay, this is Genestealer Cult turn 2. Si, let's do a quick see what happened on your turn.
Obviously Chimera moved up. These guys check this.
Oh look, you've got one on your side. That seems good. Nick, you should try and find some of them.
Fixed! I don't know where they are. They could all be size.
Genestealers took out another unit there for a second victory
wiped
point.
It out, 2 VPs, nice and easy.
So they're slowly moving that way now.
Up here, you were going to gain loads of VPs up here, weren't you?
Sadly, I didn't realise they had flamers and
I didn't realise they all had Cognis flamers either.
I did so.
I know, but didn't realise.
So
it was still worth the try. If they'd have got in, they'd have killed you.
Unfortunately, failed the charge after that.
Yeah, you got a 3, didn't you? You needed a 4.
Lehman Russ is nicely positioned up here. It's sort of fired into that lot, killed off one of the russet stalker things.
Yep.
Which I hated in the last game. And this has been trying to take pot shots at the assassin.
Assassin is a wound down.
Yep.
And did you do some psychic shenanigans which has immobilised this thing up here?
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Patriarch took control of one of these, shot that in the rear, and immobilised it.
It's not facing the best direction, to be fair.
Yeah, unfortunately, my other psychic ability didn't go off.
But scores on doors at the end of both of the Colt's turns are 2 for Si, 3 for Nick. 1 for Nick, sorry, I was adding them together. Now Mark, as the Imperial Defender, gets to go to try and defend this crystal for his life, for all it is worth. The power of the crystal. Okay, we'll be back in a minute to see what Mark does. It's the Imperial Defender's turn 1. Mark, what did you accomplish?
I ran away. No. This guy's immobilised, so he can't do anything. These guys shot the Bloodthirster, did nothing. These guys have ran away, shot the Genestealers, did nothing. Robots killed the Primus' entire unit, assaulted in, and then realised how dangerous this guy is. I've lost one of my robots. I put him down to 1 wound. No wounds.
No, he made all his saves.
Made 3, 6, 5 up saves. I shot down the Fleshhound and then charged in with the Rustle because he killed the Fleshhound.
Yep.
And then I attempted to assault the Lehman Russ down here.
Oh, you were like a quarter of an inch out of that charge there.
I think it was the only play because it was going to be so difficult.
That's so dangerous to you as well that it was worth trying.
Yeah, so, that was it. Obviously, I can't score any points, so...
Nope. But we are keeping track. Mark has killed 2 units for a Pyrrhic victory, possibly. Okay, a Blood Cult turn 2.
Pretty good turn. Obviously, just the basic stuff was the Possessed and Bloodletters moved up. Unfortunately, only got 1 inch on their charge on their run.
Not
time,
so clever.
So wanted to try and get them running up there. Bloodletters and cultists have literally
Streaming
running up
into
there.
the centre.
Chaos Spikes come streaming up there.
See them underneath
Yeah.
there.
The Soul Grinder moved up and fired over at the ones which the Genestealers look like they're going to
Hoping to steal the VP from Sai.
Yeah, 8 scattered and I killed one still.
What have you got up here? Blood points spent?
Right, yeah.
No, these were coming back from reserve.
My unit
yeah.
come back from reserve, so the fresh hounds died in
Yep.
the.
If you remember, each of the cults gets to bring a unit that's already died
So-
back into play.
I deep struck him in there. It was a hit, which was good. And by positioning around there, because the June buggy thing is immobilised, it
Yep.
can't hit. I'm not in arc of its gun.
Nice, but Sai, as you'll see when it comes to Sai's turn, has already put another unit there.
Yeah. Underneath the middle bit here, as I said, the Chaos Bikers come up and they shot Mark's unit there, took out one, and charged into them with the Blood Crushers. Obviously,
You can see the Blood Crushers at the back there.
And I annihilated
Did a
them.
number. Mark's unit is really good in close combat, but only versus certain targets, and the Blood Crushers.
It was. I killed some.
Slaughtered them.
I killed one with Hammer Raft, deal wounds. Mark just dealt one wound to one of the Blood Crushers. He dealt two.
You gained Feel
during
No
the-
Pain for the turn from your blood points, hadn't you? So that helped a
And I
lot.
had +1 attack. The Bloodthirster come up here, and the unit of 5 that were there.
Dead, and
literally
he's
just
in a
dead.
position to go and hurt the robots as well. So
Yeah, well, I'm kind of, as you can kind of see, the Blood Crushers have
yeah, Blood Crushers are moving up
consolidated
here.
back towards the ramp. So I'm hoping they might be able to move up and possibly get in and assault. The bikers have moved in.
You brought your assassin back to try and get up there as well.
Yeah, I'm basically thinking.
I think it's a good decision. The crystal is worth 3
Yeah.
victory points every turn that you manage to hold it. So
yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
really
kind of.
important.
I can try and hold up size thing, but I'm not going to get the objective marker that's down there. By
Yeah.
side, there, so,
Yeah, that was it. You put it there to get it, but because Sai went in there as well,
yeah,
it's
it was kind of So
he just outnumbered you there.
Yeah, so there was no point. I could have spent the entire game pretty much trying to kill his units and that, but if I can get him to just run away and survive,
Okay, well, I think you're in prime position to get up for the crystal, so that seems pretty good. Let's see what Sai are we doing. Okay, so it is Genestealer Cult turn 2, and a pretty good one for Sai.
Yeah, my reinforcements came on up here. Sadly, only killed one of the 3
Yeah,
guards.
you were trying to steal that VP, weren't you?
Genestealers obviously just butchered the last couple of models.
Yeah, they look pretty cool, sliding along that underside there.
My Chimera is sort of edging its way up the area, and my Acolyte hybrids that were there have just been
Gone
pulled
back
off.
into reserve to come back. Tank did pretty well.
Yeah, between the tank and this unit, they managed to wipe out the russet stalker things, which are a pain in the backside.
Got another wound on the assassin, I believe.
Yeah, and
Him
that
under
was
here.
with the Sentinels. The Metamorphs turned over that one, sadly not on a VP. Tried shooting the Blood Crushers, but
No avail.
And
Yeah, we mentioned that one.
my dude is still up here.
Oh
at the
yeah,
top.
the 2 characters during close combat with Mark's Warlord.
We took a wound each, so we're still slogging it out.
That you are. Let's see who goes on Mark's turn. We joined Mark at the end of Imperial turn 2. It wasn't the longest of turns. What did you do, Mark?
I moved my robots, assaulted, saved Trump. Trump still survives.
Go Trump!
Killed the Sai's
Primus. Yeah.
Primus, yeah. Other than that was it. They fired, missed. They fired, missed. Simple.
Done, Mark. You only have 5 units left if you include Trump on his own unit. So still plenty of victory points on offer for the other team. Plus that crystal is now unguarded as the robots have to leave their post. Let's see if Nick can capitalise. Cult of Khorne, turn 3. What happened, Nick?
Everything around here is literally moved up. The Bloodletters have moved up to the top of this ramp. Obviously, they're all along the ramp.
Yeah, you got loads of stuff under here.
Coming there, ready to get an objective.
You got this
there.
objective down here with your bikers, didn't you?
Yeah, which that was
1
an
VP
objective
for you.
Point. The Soul Grinder moved back and tried shooting up at the.
Yeah, they're the
guards,
hardest to
but-
get to victory point on the table there.
But I scattered miles, unfortunately. If I'd hit, I could have possibly killed them.
Yep.
The Blood Crushers have moved up and in a position.
They have the crystal, so if Nick holds the crystal still at the start of his next turn, then he gains 3 victory points, which is a massive jump in victory points.
The Assassin has come up to the top of the ramp.
Yeah, just to give you a bit more fire up there.
Yeah, Bloodletters possessed have sort of moved all up here as well at the top. And the Bloodthirster jumped across and went into combat with the robots.
Yep.
Instant death, 1 robot and the little dudes, and
1 robot left on 1
wound,
whole
yeah.
1 point, which is a victory point just waiting.
yeah, and the flesh hounds went into the little tanks.
So little Cataphrone destroyers.
But Donald Trump is still alive.
Trump is still there. So Nick got the VP for killing the destroyers, but Trump is worth 2 victory points, one because he's a unit and one because he's Mark's warlord. Mark's had to pop out, so he really wants to kill him. That's 2 victory points. The scores and doors at the end of Nick's turn.
It's a shame.
5 to Nick, 4 to Si.
If I had killed Trump and that robot, I would have had to hold that crystal.
Yeah, and it in victory.
But yeah, as it is now, it's kind of...
If Si can't take you off this objective though, which I'm not sure he can, I think you may still get it.
Yeah, it's getting more things up to the objective and literally just hanging on to it. Obviously, he's just see what side does in his turn.
That's it. Genestealer Cult, turn 3. Si, what happened?
Well, my guys over here got the last objective there.
Nice, that's quite important.
This moved up, just deployed them and to secure that objective.
Yep.
But
didn't
score anything. And this shot at the possessed but didn't do anything.
Yep. Those areas of the battlefield are seeming a bit pointless now. It's all going down up here.
The Magus detached itself from the unit to get this objective. Once again, nothing there. And the Nephites, the Chimera, the
Sentinels
all shot at the Blood Crushers, scored a wound.
Yeah, wasn't clever, was it?
The Lehman Russ shot up here. Didn't really do a lot.
You were trying to steal the robot kill, weren't you? It was a bit of a Hail Mary, but it would have been really good if you'd have done it.
Yeah. You did a lot of wounds, but I made a hell of a lot of feel no pain.
God, yeah.
Ridiculous amount of saves. But my Genestealers popped up. They've killed 2 flesh hounds.
Yep.
And they're now well and truly in the combat.
You're going in there to steal Donald Trump, Mark's Inquisitor in the centre there, which is, if you can get that, it's 2 points for him. Very important.
So I think that's... Oh, my Metamorphs I took off the table, so they'll come back.
Yeah, they'll come back stronger.
Yes.
Like the $1 million man. Okay, let's see what Mark does on his turn. Well, see what I do for Mark on his turn. We'll find out. Imperial Defence, turn 3. Well, what's less of the Imperial Defence? Because it was Imperial's turn, any combats they were involved in take place, so the Bloodthirster slaughtered the robot, giving Nick an extra victory point. But Si's Hail Mary of Genestealers piling in with their superior initiative, they have killed Trump, worth 2 victory points to Si, putting Si on 7 compared to Nick's 6 at the end of turn 3. But Nick does hold the crystal at the start of his turn, which gave him 3 victory points. Remember, it's the first to 10 wins the game, as long as they have more than the opponent at the end of that turn. So if Nick can kill one of the remaining Imperial units, he wins the game, I suspect. The 2 units the Imperials have left to plunder victory points from are...
2 guardsmen.
2 guardsmen and a big robot. So let's see which of them Nick goes for. The other ways to gain victory points, remember, is to kill the opponent's warlord. So Si could gain 1 from killing the Bloodthirster. Nick can gain 1 for killing the Patriarch down there. Neither of those seem that likely. We'll find out next turn. Okay, so it's turn 4, and halfway through Nick's turn, we have worked out that Nick has won this game. Hurrah, well done, Nick.
God.
So basically, Nick killed the 2 guardsmen of Mark's up here, putting him onto 10 victory points. Nick set it up so you could charge over here, hadn't you, to kill this Doomcaller?
Yeah, the bikers in the middle floor fired up, killed, but I had the Soul Grinder that could have fired up. I'd set up for the Bloodletters to put charge in, the Bloodthirst to come over here to charge the Doomcaller as well. Basically thinking, I don't need to worry about holding the crystal. I just need to get victory points. I mean, the possessed have finally made it up to the top as well. To go, over here.
But we worked it out. Because if you're on 10 at the end of a game turn, you win. Si can only maximum get to 9 at the end of this turn. Nick's on 10 already, so Nick is going to win this turn. So we're going to call this game a day and move on to the next one. So what do we think of this game, guys? Si, you were saying you were really enjoying using your cult this game.
Yeah, it's a completely different army to what I've played before, because playing Necrons and Chaos. The way it works is just fantastic.
They're so flimsy, but they can go away and come back again.
I love the going away and popping back and popping that.
Well, you know, if you use the formations as well, when you go away, if you're wounded, you can come back and restore some of your troops.
And they're glass cannonish to a high degree because they're so flimsy. But things like these Genestealers, they just mulch anything.
I mean, I've been lucky. I've avoided the Genestealers with any of the Chaos stuff. I know we're both just going for the Imperials and that, but it was kind of a... If need be, I might have had to go for science stuff as well, but I've been able to avoid the Genestealers myself. Yeah,
well, if I'd made it to the next game, I would have had a unit of 20 Genestealers with the Patriarch, so it would have been even brutal.
But we were saying that game kind of like went Si infiltrated and got up close. So you really threatened Mark early on. So Mark then had to respond by attacking you.
Yeah.
And then Nick basically leapt up into the back door.
Yeah,
Nick's,
wherever it was mine, it had to just
Yeah.
charge forward. For this game, my army list, which you're making up, because obviously you said about showed us the scenery in that, and it was like jump infantry in that. I couldn't really afford the jump infantry.
But
I literally went cavalry heavy.
high mobility of your flesh hounds
it was
and
the
bloodthirster.
The bloodthirster, the blood crushers, the flesh hounds, the bike were the mobility from
because I was being the initial distraction. It gave you the opportunity to charge up and
once I was in the combat, it was it was not much chance. I mean, the bloodthirster getting into combat, it was like, well, I'm just going to take out easy troops to start with.
Yeah.
And then it's like, right, there's the harder stuff left. Go in for the kill. And I managed to work my way up to that crystal so really well by using the tower there. And just coming up.
Using consolidation as well. Kind of like you attack the middle bit the Mark had down here, and then got to run forwards.
Back to there, and then back up.
So basically what this means story-wise is the two cults have clashed over this power crystal, and Nick has managed to capture it. The Genestealer Cult has faded back into darkness while the Cult of Khorne is going to attempt to take the planet. They're going to do so by harnessing its power in a deadly dark ritual and using an Eldar webway gate to channel the power into the warp and call Khorne forth to destroy the planet and its inhabitants. We are going to recreate this by having a big battle.
I should have had that.
So, hopefully, once this has been online for a day or two, I will put a little linky down here to the next battle. But as Nick has been saying, if you want to go and find the next battle, it'll be on our channel, probably the next video after this one. It'll be called Chapter 3 or something along those lines. Thanks for watching, everybody.